Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about active or passive voice, which is something to do with our verbs. So when you think of verbs, you might think of like tense, like isn't past, present, or future tense. But voice is another aspect of verbs that we need to talk about. Okay, so active voice, which is hopefully the more common one in your writing, is when the subject of the verb is the one doing the action. Okay, so for example, Kobe dunked on LeBron. Okay, Kobe is the subject. He is performing the action in the sentence. He is the one doing the dunking. Okay, passive voice is when the subject of the verb is getting the action done to it. Okay, and we'll always see a form of the verb to be plus the past tense of an action verb if it's active voice. Okay, so example, Kobe was dunked on by LeBron. Okay, so this time, Kobe is my subject. Okay, but he isn't the one performing the action is being done to him. Okay, so remember, we only decide whether a sentence is an active or passive voice if it has an action verb in it. Because if we don't have an action verb in it, then there's no action to be done to or by someone. Okay, so which is better? Which of these do we want to use? Generally, you want to use active voice. Active voice is more lively and interesting because it's active. Also, it's less confusing, okay? A lot of the times when we're using passive voice, that's when we can fall into dangling modifiers, just generally making our writing a little less clear, okay? So most of the time, you should be writing an active voice. All right, so let's look at some practice. So we're going to label our verbs, okay? So we're going to underline our verbs, circle our subjects. If the sentence is an active voice, we're going to write active at the end of the sentence. If it is passive, we're going to write passive. Okay, so let's look at a couple together. Tony makes dinner every night. Okay, so first I want to find my subject and verb because I want to figure out if the action is being done by the subject, making it active, or to the subject, making it passive. Okay, so I've got my subject is Tony. Remember, for subjects, I'm looking for a noun or pronoun towards the beginning of the sentence. That is who or what the sentence is about, so Tony. All right, and what is Tony doing? Tony is making dinner every night. Okay, so looking at this, this is going to be active because Tony is my subject and Tony is performing the action. Okay, so let's look at number 2. A large fish was caught by Robin. So again, I want to look towards the beginning of my sentence for my subject. Okay, so I see the sentence is about our fish, so that's going to be my subject, fish. All right, but notice my verb is was caught. Okay, the fish is not catching itself. Robin is catching the fish. Okay, so this is going to be passive. All right, the action is being done to the subject. The subject is not performing the action. Okay, the teacher was called to the office. So teacher is my subject here. Okay, and my verb is was called. Now, same thing as the last one. The teacher isn't calling themselves to the office. So this one is going to be passive because someone else is performing the action in the sentence. Okay? All right, so let's look at number 4. The webs were carefully spun by the spider. Okay? So I've got my subject, webs. I've got my verb. You can say were carefully spun, but really it's just were spun. Webs were spun by the spider. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to tell me whether you believe that this is active or passive. All right, so hopefully we said that this was passive. Again, the webs are not spinning themselves. The spider is spinning the webs. So my subject of the sentence is having the action done to it. It is not performing the action in the sentence. Okay, let's look at our last one. The test is being handed out by the teacher. Okay, my subject is test. All right, my verb is being handed. All right, and once again, I've got my subject is having the action done to it. The tests are not handing themselves out, so that is passive. So what I want you to think about now, and this is something we're going to practice tomorrow, is we want to be able to rewrite, okay, passive voice sentences in active voice. All right, so here, I know who's handing out the tests. It's the teacher. So the teacher should be my subject, okay? To have the clearest, most active sentence, whoever is performing the action should be the subject. Okay, so I'm going to write, I want you to write this on your paper as well. The teacher is handing out the test. Okay. The teacher is handing out, I'm going to run out of the room, out the test. Hopefully your writing is a little neater than mine. Okay, so now my subject is teacher, okay, and my verb is handing, okay, is actually being done by the subject. So that's what we want, okay? All right, we'll do some more practice of this tomorrow.